Nintendo and Koei Tecmo aren't treating this as a side trip, but as a true chapter in Zelda's timeline, diving into the imprisoning war that feeds directly into Tears of the Kingdom. You feel it the moment combat starts to breathe. The flow is less frantic button mashing and more a measured rhythm where timing, spacing, and smart character swaps matter. Zonai devices fold into the battles like living puzzle pieces, letting you bend wind and water and turn the field to your advantage, while performance holds steady even when the screen floods with enemies, particles, and flying debris. The story pushes Zelda herself into the heart of the conflict beside King Rauru and the Sages, as Ganondorf's forces surge across Hyrule.
Uncover ancient truths that were only glimpsed in The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Hyrule Warriors.
A hush falls over Switch 2's lineup, with an emotional adventure that says more with a glance than with a roar. You step into the fragile world of a special baby, whose awakening psychic powers begin to bend reality at the seams, tipping everyday spaces into dreamlike playgrounds of cause and effect. The tone leans inward and contemplative, hinting at a design that favors narrative, exploration, and gentle puzzle logic over set-piece spectacle. With so much still kept behind the curtain, the intrigue becomes the hook. A quiet promise of powers to prod, rooms to read, and a story that could turn from cradle to cosmos in the space of a heartbeat. The Dragon Engine rumbles onto Switch 2 with a full-blooded remake of Yakuza 2, and with it, the clash that defines a generation of the Tojo clan. Kazuma Kiryu returns to lock horns with Ryuji Goda, the Dragon of Kansai, in a showdown that fuses clan politics, loyalty, and raw pride into a powder keg. On stronger hardware, the series' swagger finally breathes freely. Denser crowds, slicker lighting, steadier frames, and those bone-deep heat actions landing with satisfying weight. Launching alongside a native Kiwami for newcomers who want to start at the beginning, this feels like the clean on-ramp fans have been waiting for, with performance to back the drama and a city that never stops humming. The Budokai Tenkaichi spirit blasts back in a 3D arena fighter built to stage the biggest show Dragon Ball can muster. More than 180 playable characters arrive out of the gate: Z, Super, GT, deep cuts, and iconic forms. So dream matchups are a menu selection away. Fights click into a fast, readable dance thanks to systems like Skill Count, Revenge Counter, and Vanishing Assaults. While Sparking Mode returns to flip momentum the instant your Kai peaks. Stages crumble, shockwaves erupt, and the environment bites back as you launch enemies through cliffs and clouds. On Switch, you get multiple playstyles docked or handheld, and a lean 6.4GB install, but the spectacle stays loud wherever you play.
Fuse. Just like that! Here, give it here! Thanks, Vegeta! Your retribution! This world belongs...
I imagine your universe must be quite peaceful.
I don't, who will? Now do you
9
see?
furious feline heroes drop into Feral City with claws out in a 2D roguelite that rewards forward motion and reckless style. Each cat plays differently. Stats, weapons, specials, and the arenas themselves beg to be torn apart, with fully destructible platforms and cover turning every run into a shifting brawl. The campaign sprawls across 5 zones with a hub at the center, and the first 4 regions can be tackled in any order, letting you chart your own route through the gangs. Persistent progress comes via collectible cards that mutate and enhance your cats, stacking wild synergies as you push for bigger combos and faster clears. It's retro punk energy through and through. Chunky explosions, crunchy riffs, and a swaggering metal arcade vibe that dares you to keep pressing the attack. You are a demon made of glass and pain, condemned to skate through the 9 layers of the underworld on a journey that ends with eating the moon. Skate's story turns motion itself into poetry. Each trick, each slide across fractured marble feels like both punishment and freedom. The world shifts between vaporwave dreamscapes and molten architecture, with smoke, mirrors, and reflections that shimmer like memories. It's not just about landing tricks, it's about the rhythm of descent, learning new moves through trials that test grace as much as grit. You barter pieces of your soul for gear, building your board from suffering and style, unlocking new decks, wheels, and trucks that alter your feel on the road. Every corridor hums with haunting music and surreal light, a skating game that's as much about transcendence as it is about motion. The Kitchen Chaos returns, sharper and smoother than ever. This upgraded edition of Overcooked 2 brings the culinary madness to 4K at 60 frames per second when docked, turning every flying tomato and burning pan into crisp, chaotic glory. All DLCs are baked in, and your progress carries over without a hitch. New camera play lets spectators or friends follow the kitchen pandemonium from new angles, while game share and cross-generation multiplayer ensure no one is left out, whether they're on Switch or Switch 2. It's still the same beloved co-op frenzy, yelling orders, tossing onions across the room, saving meals by seconds. But now the whole thing gleams with next-gen polish. Tribute Games and Dotemu bring pixel art power and cosmic chaos together in this new Marvel beat-em-up. 15 heroes join forces, from Spider-Man and Wolverine to Captain America, Phyla-Vell, and She-Hulk, each with their own flair and finishers. The Cosmic Swap system lets you tag between 2 heroes mid-battle, chaining combos and unleashing layered attacks across New York City, the Negative Zone, and the farthest reaches of space. Beta Ray Bill and Silver Surfer join the roster, promising even more high-voltage clashes. With its glowing pixel art, punchy animation, and co-op options both local and online, Cosmic Invasion feels like a Saturday morning cartoon supercharged with arcade intensity. A pit full of monsters, a handful of strange weapons, and a city you build one ball at a time. Ball X Pit mixes roguelite exploration, projectile combat, and base-building chaos into one fast-moving loop. Over 60 unique ball types bounce between explosions and energy waves, fusing into unpredictable combos. Between runs, you construct new Ball Bylon, your fortress of upgrades, bonuses, and heroes. Every biome, from desert chasms to frozen caverns, shifts in tone and tempo, making each descent feel fresh. Experimentation drives everything here. Every new fusion can create brilliance or disaster, and that's exactly what makes each attempt impossible to put down. From the creators of Ultimate Chicken Horse comes a riot of wheels, traps, and laughter. Ultimate Sheep Raccoon turns party racing into pure anarchy as you and up to 7 friends build the track while you race it. Every trap you lay, spikes, jetpacks, parachutes, sticky honey, can ruin your rivals or your own shot at victory. Style matters too. Land perfect flips and wheelies to earn bragging rights while dodging the chaos you've helped create. The roster brings back the classic crew, chicken, horse, and more, alongside new animals ready to cause trouble. With cross-platform play and 8-player mayhem, it's a perfect storm of competition, comedy, and catastrophe on 2 wheels. The Straw Hat crew storms back into battle with a next-gen upgrade that pushes the Muzu chaos to new extremes. One Piece. Pirate Warriors 4 on Switch 2 doesn't just look better, it feels bigger. Thousands of enemies flood the screen as Luffy, Zoro, and the crew carve through massive armies with cinematic fury. Enhanced graphics, smoother frame rates, and sharper effects give every clash more weight, while integrated DLC expands the roster and story arcs. Best of all, it's a free upgrade for existing Switch players, a rare show of respect for longtime fans. With the added power of Switch 2, the seas of the Grand Line have never looked more alive or more explosive. It's pure pandemonium behind bars. PRITTO Prisoner is a 4 vs 2 escape party game where adorable animal inmates face off against relentless robot guards. One side plots wild getaways, the other scrambles to shut them down. And yes, bodily fluids become part of your tactical arsenal. It's ridiculous, crude, and hysterical, turning prison breaks into slapstick showdowns full of pratfalls and absurd inventions. The setting, a remote island prison surrounded by endless sea, makes each match feel like a cartoon fever dream of chaos and escape. With asymmetrical rolls and unpredictable tricks, every round is a story of disaster waiting to happen, and that's exactly the fun. For the first time, Splatoon leaves its turf wars behind and dives into uncharted territory. Splatoon Raiders is a standalone spin-off where players become mechanics, teaming up with Deep Cut, Shiver, Fry, and Big Man to explore the mysterious Spiralite Islands. The trailer teases shipwrecks, storms, energy vortexes, and lost technology, painting a story steeped in adventure and mystery. It's still dripping with Splatoon's colorful charm, but this time the ink splatters over jungles, ruins, and strange alien machinery. With Nintendo's next-gen hardware powering smoother visuals and faster transitions, Raiders looks ready to reinvent what Splatoon can be. Part exploration, part action, all style.
Game is also coming down the spillway. The Splatlands Collection. Plus, series weapon power, a new stat to dive into, is being added to Anarchy Battle
After
Scene.
8 long years, Digimon's story returns with a tale that folds time and data into destiny. Time Stranger brings players deep into the digital world, where the Olympos 12 shape the fate of both humans and Digimon. The battle system has been reworked into one of the most complex and rewarding in the series, encouraging deep team building and evolution strategies while cutting down on the grind. Every fight pulses with tactical rhythm, and every evolution feels earned. The narrative threads through digital politics, lost memories, and parallel timelines, giving longtime fans that blend of heart and strategy they've been waiting for. It's a sleek evolution of the formula that defined the franchise.
Down. Seek comrades willing to face destiny beside you. The time of the world's end draws near. When all the clock's lamps are lit, the truth shall be revealed. A story about the natural laws of the world is about to begin.
The classic 90s brawler rises again. Rushing Beat X revives the spirit of Jaleco's Brawl Brothers with modern punch, neon swagger, and high-impact combat. Neo Cisco State is a crime-soaked metropolis ruled by gangs, cyber clones, and a mysterious virus called Zekis, the perfect playground for street justice. New mechanics like cancelable combos, throw interactions that smash enemies into background objects, and a rage gauge that unlocks devastating beat rush finishers make every fight a spectacle. The auto combo system welcomes newcomers, while veterans can dig into air juggles and dash cancels for that arcade mastery. Two-player co-op, both local and split-screen, seals the deal. A true revival of old-school beat-em-up energy with a sleek new edge.